Why are so many buyers skipping resale and heading straight to the new construction office? There's a reason, and honestly, it's a big one. Let's dive in right now. Hey guys, it's Troy Tomlinson, a homeowner's best friend here in Baytown, Crosby, Mont Belvieu, and Dayton, but I can help you anywhere in the great state of Texas. Today, I'm breaking down something that has surprised even me a little bit, and that is new construction sales. Right now, new construction is the best bang for your buck in our whole area. If you're buying in 2026 and you're open to the Baytown, Crosby, Mont Belvieu, Dayton areas, there are tons of new construction options that are buying down rates low. The builders are making resale homes kind of hard to justify. So today, I'm going to explain exactly why that is, what incentives are real, how to avoid traps, and where to get the absolute best deals right now. Let's just call it how it is. Interest rates went up, insurance went up, taxes went up, and resale homes didn't come down like they were supposed to. But builders, they don't wait around. They adjust fast. And right now, we're seeing rate buy downs like $499. I've seen as low as $399 in some builders, which makes a huge difference on a $500,000 home. That is roughly $400 a month. Closing cost, you don't really have to negotiate with it. They're just offering it up front. They are giving you money to get into these homes to get them out of their inventory. They're offering free upgrades, design center credits, all kinds of fun stuff to make your home exactly how you want it. And even some of them will allow you to bring in your outside lender like my buddy Clifton, which in most recent years hasn't really been an option. And sometimes they have what's called an inventory home, which is one that they built already that has just been sitting, and they will slash those prices to get you into those homes, especially here at the end of the year where they have them sitting on their books. They don't want to pay taxes on all those houses. Meanwhile, resale sellers are still saying things like, I want what my neighbor got in 2021. Well, the market is telling them something different. Here's what a lot of people do not realize. Right now, the price per square foot on a brand new home is often the same or even lower than resale homes. You've got 2015 homes in Mont Belvieu listed at $200 to $210 a foot. And then you have builders doing $160 to $180 a square foot with warranties, new roofs, new AC, new hot water heater. Nobody's butt has ever touched your toilet seat. It's wild. So if your payment is the same or lower, the house is bigger, newer, and cheaper to maintain, it's kind of becoming a no-brainer. Let me simplify all these builder offers because I know they love showing you those low interest rates online or on those billboards as you're driving around. But there are 3 incentives that really matter. 1, interest rate buy down. This is a big one. It will save you tens of thousands of dollars, if not more, over the life of the loan. And it also makes your payment a lot more comfortable on day 1. Now, there are things across all sorts of buy down options. You want a permanent buy down. There are some things called 3-2-1 or a 2-1 or a 1-0, and that is a temporary buy down where they will basically prepay the interest that is on your loan, which is great, but normally you can get more out of them a different way. Closing costs. This is huge for buyers that are buying their first home or just don't want to drain your savings account. A builder covering $8 to $15 to $20 to $50,000 in your closing cost, that's money in your pocket that you don't have to spend. And maybe you can furnish the home or something like that. If you find a home that's been finished for a while, that's that inventory home, the builder will give you a great deal. Things that matter less or more depending on who you are. We can get free blinds, we can get free sprinklers, design center credit, that's where you go somewhere else and do all the upgrades to your house. And smart home packages, they'll have Nest thermostats, Ring doorbells, security cameras, all that kind of stuff. We can sometimes get those rolled in, but try not to get too wrapped up in those items that you might not be increasing your monthly payment so much if you're conscious of that. But it's nice to get it rolled in there and not have additional payments on the outside. So that one's depends on who you are, but we can talk about all the options there. They're nice perks, cool bonuses, but interest rate and closing costs are where the real money lies. Avoid the builder's trap. I love new construction, but let me be honest, it is not perfect. There are 3 traps that I help my buyers to avoid. Overpriced lots. There are lots in neighborhoods where they will charge an exponential amount of money to have a corner lot, to be on the retention pond that they call it a lake. There's a bunch of different ones, but really when it comes down to protecting your future value, buying a standard lot is generally the best. If you're planning on living there for 15 years or even 2, and you do want to have those nicer lots, bigger lots, know that you are paying for that bigger lot and it will not add really any value to the home when it comes to resale. Maybe when you're on the water, but for the most part, you are sinking costs into a land upgrade. So if you're thinking about this is your first home, you're going to make a move in the next 3 to 5 years, I would strongly consider buying a standard lot. Working with the wrong lender. Now, every single builder is going to have their own special lender that they work with regularly, and a lot of the builders even own the mortgage company, so they can make outstanding offers that a lot of other lenders just can't match. So working with their lender is generally the way to go, but I always like to have my preferred lender. His name's Clifton Saunders. I like to have you talk with him as well to make sure that they aren't trying to pull the wool over your eyes and they're giving you the deal that they really say they are. And then being rushed. When you go into a new construction office by yourself, that salesperson can only sell you a home in that neighborhood. That's it, right? Whereas working with me, working with a real estate agent, I can go with you to 1,000 builders and help you really narrow down exactly what you want, right? Whereas if you go into new construction, talk to that sales rep, they are very good. I'm close friends with a lot of them. They are amazing salespeople, but they will convince you to buy a house in their neighborhood because that's the only way they can make money. So bring me with you. Also, when we go, we're looking at everything. You'll notice me walking behind my clients mostly, staring at the ceiling, looking at the floor. It's not because I don't want to make eye contact. It's because I am checking for potential concerns in the homes. And I do that at friends' house as well. I don't like that so much. So this is the new construction homes in Baytown. And we'll do the same with all the different areas, right? Baytown, Mont Belvieu, Crosby. So there are currently 73 active listings with new construction. Now, we've got everything from $200,000 being the cheapest, right? 1,000 square foot house. This is a Lennar home. They are right here off of North Main, right? This is Lennar, and then all of these neighborhoods are actually this one might be Castle Rock, but all these were Lennar, and they've just built a bajillion houses out here, so they're selling them like hotcakes. They offer super low interest rates. I know at one point they were offering 1% interest rates. I don't think that's an option anymore, but they sold a bunch of them that way. You have Lennar there, and then going on to the highest, this is Riverside Estates. I believe this one's actually in the wrong spot. We do have Country Club Estates. Let's take a look at this one, right? So big, beautiful house, $550K. New construction, might be like someone that built a new house. I don't recognize this as a builder. So this is a thing, right? So this is a person that has gone and built a house. So they might not offer the same thing that all these large builders can do. So this might not be the best example. Let's see what else we got. Scotts Bend. So this is still Lennar, right? So the highest and the lowest price point. Where is this one located? Are Lennar. I don't even see this one checked. Where is it at? So in the same neighborhood, the cheapest and the most expensive houses are there. That's wild. But all throughout, right, there are a ton of builders that are here in Baytown. Right, so we have Southwinds, which is over here on the far side of town, right? This is Southwinds, so they've got a few different builders over there. And then you might have seen my most recent video ended right here in Pinehurst. And then this is that intersection where, you know, the movie theater, all that stuff is right there. So then Baytown is, the Baytown here, right? And then Highlands is where I live, and then all this is kind of Baytown. Turns into Mont Belvieu is this area. But anyway, getting aside here. But there's a ton of new construction options that will give you a fantastic rate, buy down your closing costs, all that kind of stuff. So don't think of it as not an option, because all the numbers that you've been seeing everywhere online of 7% interest rates and stuff like that, with new construction, you don't have to deal with that. You get a better rate, you get a better deal, you get a lower payment. It's good to go. All right, so that's Baytown's options. Let's look at Mont Belvieu. And this kind of just my back end of things. How I find houses for you. We got Barbers Hill. All right, so you'll see a ton of new construction going on in Barbers Hill. Right, 146 new houses. So we've got Legends Bay. I've got a video here. We've got this one is Windcrest. I've got a video over here. This one is, oh, I'm dumb. I just said that one. This is Legends Bay, Windcrest. All these are like acre homes or more down on the south side. Looks like they've got one down on the end of McCollum Park. That's one of the single house constructions, I'm sure. That's on the south side. Then on the north side, there's a ton of new stuff going in. You'll see my most recent video. This is the Blue Heron Estates, right? I'll link that one here. And then you've got up here on the northern side, I believe it actually changes to Dayton at some point, but it's still in the Mont Belvieu School District. But this is Grand Oaks, right? Ton of houses out there. You can go see Alex. We've got, I think I need to do a video on this neighborhood. I haven't been out here yet. But again, a ton of options that you don't want to miss out on. Let's double Crosby. I think they've got some options. Oh, I'm lying. They don't have anything. That's because I put county. I'm done. Crosby County, which I do not think exists. There you go, 195. So even more options in Crosby. And just out of the water. So you have, right, so if you'll notice, this is me right here in Highlands. I live at this little area. You go north, this is going to be, I did a video here. This one is, if I get a hint, Barrett Colony, something. This one's Sweetgrass. Go north, this is Pecan Grove. Sold a couple in there. And then as you go north, this one I haven't been out to, but this is, I just went and saw the other builders. This is Ashton Woods, where you noticed in a previous video. Oh, I didn't do Ashton Woods either. You'll notice if you go on my Instagram, I did some walkthroughs of their properties at a different location. And then this, of course, is Big Harry Newport. They have new construction kind of scattered through. A lot of times it's single home builders, but some of it's not. And then right across the street, now this is a good one. This is a D.R. Horton neighborhood, and they are developing this whole new section to sell some houses. And you can go see my friend London Tatman over there. She's the sales person. Well, there's a couple, but that's who you want to go see. She just started back out there. They don't have anything ready yet, but you can get in on the ground floor, buy a new house. And then a ton of stuff going on down Foley Road. It's just insane how much growth is happening with new construction out here. And listen, it's not just about the home. Some of these new construction options give you the ability to get into a new area that is growing rapidly at under regular prices. And specifically in Barbers Hill, the school district, Barbers Hill ISD, or Mont Belvieu, sorry. The school district is a big draw, and it's a big value hold on the area. So if you're considering Barbers Hill, new construction might be your way in. Possibly Windcrest is going to be the cheapest option. And then, of course, they have homes up to the 650,000s and higher even, I'm sure, if you built one out. I got tons of videos. Check out all the other ones as well. So why is new construction a good option? And how does it work? And I'm going to give you a quick example because the numbers just don't lie. Let's say you're buying a $350,000 home and the builder is offering a rate of 4.99, versus the current market at 6.5, 6.75. We'll call it 6.5. The difference is roughly $350 to $450 per month just with that reduction in interest rate. Now, the builder's going to pay $30,000 for you to get that rate down, right? A lot of times they've bought a large package of loans that they can then sell under the market. And it's because they own their own mortgage company. That's how they have all that money. And that's the builder paying your interest rate. And then over the first 7 years in the house, you will have saved $20,000 to $25,000 in interest alone. And that's before the closing cost help. Now, who is the perfect candidate for a new construction purchase? If you're any one of these people, it's probably your move to make. First-time buyers, people who want low maintenance. It's not a guarantee, but generally. People without a ton of savings, right? They're going to pay down your rate. They're going to cover closing costs. Normally, you're just going to need a down payment, which is as low as 0%, depending on the area. But always 3.5% will get you an FHA loan. Families who want space without the high price, right? They're building big houses. Price per square foot is literally cheaper with new construction than some of the resale options. Anyone chasing the school district out in Barbers Hill, again, Windcrest, another plug, check it out. Buyers who are worried about future repair costs. When you buy new construction, you get a warranty. So things like the roof and the foundation and the water heater and the plumbing and all that kind of stuff is normally under some level of warranty. And it's going to vary from builder to builder. So when we dive into a specific builder, when you come with me, I'm happy to find out exactly what you're getting. Folks who hate surprises like an AC going out. Now, it's not always the case, right? New construction notoriously has some issues that come up occasionally with everything. If you look online at all the reviews of any builder, right? If they build enough houses, there's a chance that one of the guys that was working on one of the houses did something wrong and there's an issue. Now, the good news is that all those things are under warranty, so you don't have to deal with it financially, so to speak. But folks who hate surprises like an AC repair or foundation issues. If you're buying your first home or your first home in a while, new construction gives you predictability. So what do I do for you as your agent in a new construction deal? Quick reminder, the builder pays my commission, not you. So it doesn't cost you anything extra to have somebody on your team. Now what you get is I'm going to help you negotiate upgrades, prices, interest rates, buy downs, every aspect of the front end. I'm going to connect you with my favorite and the best inspector in the area. His name's Troy Claveman. So he's going to help take care of the house and make sure that everything that they did is up to code, good to go. Now, all the builders are going to have those things done throughout the process, right through the city, but then having your own third-party inspector is a good option. Also, I'm going to look for the things that you miss. So again, as I'm walking through the house, you're going to see me looking at the ceiling, looking at the floorboards, and that is just to make sure that you can enjoy the view and I can make sure that the view stays looking good for years to come. I can help you compare rates whenever we're working with different lender options. I'm going to help keep the builder honest because I'm going to be checking in on them regularly, making sure that they stick to their word, stick to their timeline, and not doing any funny business in your home. I'm going to walk you through every single step from the time you call me to the time you get your keys, and then even after, I'm going to help you make sure you get your homestead exemption set up. I'm going to call you regularly for the next 10 to 200 years and make sure that everything is still good with your house. And then if you have any questions, of course, I am an open book and always happy to connect you with my skilled tradesmen that I work regularly with. And I'm going to make sure, most of all, that you don't get steamrolled by all this paperwork. I just had a closing, and at the closing table, my buyer said, man, I really thought that this was going to be harder, and they just don't know. As a real estate agent, they have the comparison of a duck, right? Because you see a duck swimming in the lake, and you just see calm little duck floating across the water. You don't see them feet kicking underneath, so I'm your duck. I've sold over 150 homes in this area, And new construction is something that I've gotten very good at helping people get the best deal possible. So if you've been thinking about buying a new home in 2026, especially in the Baytown, Crosby, Dayton, Mont Belvieu areas, and of course, anywhere in the greater Houston market, and then I go as far east as the border to Louisiana, as far west, I've gone all the way to Waller, north, everywhere, right? I will go anywhere that you need help. And if I can't help you personally, I can connect you to somebody that can help you. Now is actually one of the best times that we have had in a long time for new construction. If you want the list of the best incentives going on right now, or you want me to send you a list of homes that fit your budget and needs, just shoot me a message, text me, or click the link down below to schedule a one-on-one consultation via Zoom. You can talk to me just like this. I'm Troy, your homeowner's best friend, and I'll see you in the next video.